get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Fielded right around the 8. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Looking to pass. First play is Prescott. Man open left side is Brown. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined Gallup there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Throwing, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Pass complete. George Pickens with it.
He will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try.
This one from 48 yards away. Boswell's kick is good, and that'll do it for the 1st quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Boswell on now to kick this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. There he goes, left side. 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Cowboys. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Here's Steven Sims on the return from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Pickett back to throw.
Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Try him with Pickett here on third down. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
They run for it with Harris, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 31, Prescott. Got his man there complete to Gallup.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Prescott on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, it's Pollard. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll come out in the pistol. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. They wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible. The lighter, shiftier defensive backs allow you that opportunity.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. Now here's Pollard. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. It's a 1-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead. Marr on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Here's Sims now from his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw, Pickett. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Throwing on 3rd down, here's Pickett. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now Pickett on 4th down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. To throw is Prescott. He's got his man. It's Gallup. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down. A
first down throw for Prescott. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
To throw again on second down, Prescott. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain an 11-point spread.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to